the Hustle and Giggle podcast.
Welcome to episode 30 of the Hustle and Giggle podcast. Today is a little special for us with a guest that you may recognise. It's Lesley Carter from Tracy Finance. I can't believe that I said Tracy Finance and out of all the things. Everyone just saying everyone calls you Tracy, and I said Tracy Finance. I can't believe I've known you 7 years and I just called it Tracy Finance. Anyway, from Tracer Finance. I bet that surprised everybody. What do you think, Lesley?
Well, yeah. I'm called Tracy again. I'm Lesley.
Lesley is the owner of Tracer Finance, a vehicle finance company who celebrated their 11th business birthday earlier this month. Lesley herself has 30 plus years in the industry, having worked as an account manager in a car finance company for this period. When Lesley's not working, which is actually not much because she works a lot. She loves spending time with her family. She has 3 children, Laura, Anthony and Nicole, a beautiful new granddaughter, Linda, and a grand doggy, Bentley.
Yay.
She loves to spend time away with Kev too. Cruises are a firm favourite, and actually she only came back this week off of the latest one. So she's looking very chilled, very brown and raring to go. So Lesley, how are you today?
Well, I'm a little bit browner. Well, the freckles come out, so it's not even being brown, you know. I've been away because they come out. But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm a bit tired, but because, even at 56, I was still partying till 3 o'clock in the morning a couple of the nights. That's just terrible, really, isn't it?
No, not at all.
I struggle to get up in the morning, though, so because I hate mornings. But I'm quite happy staying up. It's like working when I work
we're the complete
late.
opposite. I hate staying up and I love mornings. How funny. Funny how bodies are so different.
So what time do you wake up in the morning if you go to bed at 3?
Well, we had to get up because we had a trip that morning, so we had to be up at 7:30.
Oh,
I know. Didn't think of that while
drunk,
I was
surely.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm sure you would have been.
Yeah. Well, after too many cocktails, yeah. So yeah, no, I was. I was very tired that day, but we did get back and sleep on the sunbeds for a couple of hours, which was really nice.
Yeah,
but I feel like you're just constantly catching up. I think with a cruise, it's very different than being on just going to a hotel and stuff, which I love doing too. But with a cruise, because you're always getting off, it actually doesn't feel like much of a holiday, but it was good. I'm good. I can't sound refreshed.
So putting your guest head on today then, rather than your part of Hustle and Giggle, although you'll be the two because you'll join us in the other topics at the end, what can you share with our listeners about your business, about you and your business?
Well, I must just say that whilst I was away, you guys sent me this gorgeous email and I looked at it and I thought, oh my God, I'm the guest. What can I say? But yeah, no, I'm very privileged to be a guest today, as well as being part of the podcast. What can I tell you about my business? So I started in finance 32 years ago. I know I don't look that old, but yeah, I feel it. Trust me. So yeah, I started for a company called Ollie's for 2 guys called Tony and Roger, who are really, I've probably spent such a long time with them 2 guys. They're just, more times than I spend with quite a lot of people. So, being in the office and everything else. So I started off as a secretary. Believe it or not, I got to my interview 10 minutes late. Because
actually no, I don't. But I do believe that
because my middle name's Lay, so which was quite funny, and I still managed to get the job. So yeah, I was very lucky. So started off as a secretary, went into being an account manager, got into the figure side of it and everything, and then it just went from there. And then 11 years ago, which is just crazy, the guys told me they're going to retire. So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Let me just do accounts. I love accounts. And then they said, no, why don't you start up another finance company alongside us so that, our customers have somewhere to go. And here I am.
Wow.
Tracer Finance 11 years down the line,
wow.
Which is amazing.
And tell everybody why you're called Tracer Finance.
So I am called Tracer Finance because Nicole made the name And we were just about to go on holiday, believe it or not. And we said, right, whilst we're on holiday, we're going to think of a name. And she come running in and she said, you can be called Tracer Finance. And I was like, where did you get that from? Everybody's going to call me Tracy. And she said, no, they won't. But Tracer,
yes, they do.
Tracer is an anagram of Carter.
I love that.
Obviously my surname is Carter, and yes, all the letters are there. So that was where it all started.
Can you remember who your very first customer was 11 years ago?
Wow, that's a good question. Do I remember my first customer? I think, do you know what? I've been really lucky that they've rolled over from Ally's.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm honest, I can't remember the first particular one. But because Ally's was sort of like shutting up shop.
Yeah.
Because at one point I always thought I'd be called Tracer Finance Limited trading as Ally's. Because Ally's was so, you know, everybody knew Ally's. You know, the boys really did build a really good business, and their companies then went off to be trading as Ally's as well. So Ally's was possibly going to be in it, but no, I think they just rolled over from Ally's, which I was very lucky because they all spoke to me anyway because the boys tended to play a lot of golf, and so they all spoke to me. But I can't remember the first one. Maybe I should go back and find out the very first one. Maybe, yeah.
So for those people listening to the podcast who don't actually understand what it is you do exactly, just give us a brief outline then of what happens. Let's say I want to buy a new car. Why would I come to you?
Okay, so this is the most difficult thing I find to get across to people what I actually do. So the only way I can describe it is, yes, you're going to go and buy a car. So you're going to go into a typical dealership or any car dealer that you like, and then you're going to find the car you like, and then someone else probably comes out to talk to you about finance. So they'll ask you questions like, how much do you want to spend a month, what deposit you have, and things like that. And then they'll give you some figures. And then people think you have to stay with their finance. So if, for example, you go to Land Rover or Jaguar or whatever, Audi, they think that you have to use that finance. But actually, I always say to people, don't make the decision that day. Walk away because you're so excited to buy this new car and all you want to do is have this new car. But actually, when you start paying that first payment and onwards, that's when it kicks in as, actually, do you know what? How much is this actually costing me? And you don't realise until you've signed the paperwork. So my best advice is walk away. And that's when you can tell me, or you can tell me before you go there. So what I need to work out a quote is registration number, mileage, how much it cost, what deposit you want to put down, and I'll give you a quote. It's free of charge. You know, my time is worth nothing, you know, everything. And I'm happy to help people with all sorts of queries and which way to go. Obviously, I'm not an accountant, so I can't tell you for business reasons which way to go. But I can give you advice that I've learned over the years, really. So registration number, mileage, how much it costs, I'll give you a quote. So then you compare it with what you've got.
Sorry, just a quick question then. So if I wanted to buy a new car, but I don't have the car, so I didn't have the registration number, but I kind of knew that I wanted to spend around whatever, X amount, is that something that people can come to you with as well?
Absolutely. But the system, you know, we have different systems for different finance lenders. So we go in and it does ask us a registration number in order to pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Because especially if you want what we call a balloon deal. So these are the deals that you pay straightforward payments, you've got a lump at the end. So they're based on the car and how much mileage you're going to do because they want to know how much it's going to be worth in their idea in their computer how much that vehicle's going to be cost at the end. So you have to have a registration number for that. However, the new cars don't have registration numbers. So it does allow us to put new car in. But if you want it on a used car, I can give you an idea of what it's going to cost anyway, because we'll just put another car in just to give you some ideas of what you can spend on a monthly basis. So it really doesn't matter if you don't have them details.
Is there a limit, or is there like how many years back can you go for a used car?
So cars themselves are not allowed to be more than 15 years old at the end of its term. So if you wanted a 5-year deal, a car has to be 10 years old because in 5 years' time, when you finish the finance, it's 15 years old.
I never knew that.
So, so if you've got a 12-year-old car, because some people like a little runaround or whatever, you would only be able to get a 3-year deal on it.
Yeah, okay.
But with vans, it's up to 10 years.
Oh,
so
is
it's
it?
a lot shorter.
Wow.
So if you buy a 5-year-old van now, you can then have it over 5 years. With balloon deals, it's a little bit different. So I say balloon deals, so people know them as residual values. There's all different names for balloon deals, but it is straightforward. You pay the payments, you've got a lump at the end. You've got to decide what to do with it. It could be a PCP where you can hand it back, or a hire purchase with a balloon. Just means that the difference is you don't have an option to give it back, but you can sell it, part exchange it, or just pay the balloon off or refinance the balloon.
And you have to make that decision
at the end.
But if you wanted to have a balloon payment versus a PCP where you give the car back, when do you have to make that decision? Or the first point you start talking to you?
Yeah, so the agreement. Yeah. So if you've got an idea and you think, do you know what, Lesley, I don't want to worry about this car at the end, whether it's balloon payment or not, I don't even have to think about it. I just want to give that car back. You've got to go the PCP route. Don't do the hire purchase with a balloon, because that option is taken away from you. There's two different types of balloon deals.
Okay.
But so with the vans, they've got to be 10 years old.
Wow.
And then the balloons, the car's got to be no older than 5 years old to do a balloon.
Okay.
So you can't have, say we're in 2026 now, you can't have a 2020 vehicle with a balloon.
Okay, I understand.
Because it's more than 5 years old.
Right. Wow.
It does get complicated, and that's where I come in, I guess.
Come to you, yeah.
Because I can give you the different options depending on what you want to buy.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are based on how much they want to spend a month.
Yeah.
And again, I can give them ideas. It is funny when people come to me and say, I want this 25 grand car, but I want to pay £200 a month. You've only got to do the maths yourself.
Or go onto your new website and do it on the calculator.
Absolutely. Yes. Yay. My website shows it. But you've only got to work out 200 times 60 months. You're not going to buy a car for 25,
without
30
a nice
grand.
healthy deposit. And what happens if,
exactly,
because it sounds like dealers and dealerships don't really want people to know that there's other options aside from using their finance. So what if you've gone in, you've got completely overexcited, you've bought your car on PCP, put it through your business or not, however you've decided to do it, and then you come out and you're like, actually that wasn't the right thing. Is there any way you can refinance with you? Is there anything you get involved in after someone's sort of signed up to a dealership one?
Yeah, you can. You've only got 14 days to do it. And the only way you can do it is if you've got a lower interest rate. So if you went to a dealer and signed up and they offered you 10.9 APR, you have to get 10.9 or lower, because to be able to refinance it within 14 days. So because the whole purpose of it is you can get a better deal elsewhere. But, that's a good rate anyway, so you'd probably stay there. But, the dealers are not my best friend.
No, I can imagine.
They never have been, unfortunately. But the thing that annoys me the most, these guys are there to sell the car. Please don't get into the finance side of it, because some people come to me and they really don't know how much their car's costing, and it's so frustrating and it's really upsetting because they say, I've been paying £400 a month, but now I've got this letter to say I still owe £9,000.
Oh, wow.
But the dealer told me at the time I could just hand it back. It really doesn't work like that.
Wow.
Unless you've got a PCP, you've got to understand it from day one.
Yeah.
I know we get excited about a car. I bought one 5 weeks ago? Not even that, 4 weeks ago. I've not paid my first payment. It was horrendous. This guy did not even tell me how much my payment, he told me what my payments were. My balloon, he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me how much commission he was earning.
And is he, sorry to interrupt, because of everything that's gone on with the commission scandal, so to speak, are they now supposed to be open with you in terms of how much commission they earn?
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
Yeah. The first page of an agreement, so I knew that the first page was going to tell me anyway, but they should let you know that they get paid commission. He never even mentioned that.
Wow.
And then the difference in my particular deal was if I would have done that deal myself, which I did in the end, I would have earned £300 and 90 pence. When I saw the commission that he was getting £3,397. That is horrendous.
And does that commission then get added onto your contract?
It does at the end of the day,
Yeah.
but I'm not paying it out of my own money.
No.
But the interest rate was a lot more than mine.
Wow.
So that was the first point of
Wow,
call.
wow.
But it's part of my interest.
Gosh, that's a big difference, isn't it?
It was unbelievable.
Huge.
I was so shocked. In 32 years, I can tell you now, I have never, in one deal, earned that much commission. And I've been doing it for 32 years. And never. My highest commission I ever made was £2,200, and it was for a Ferrari that the guy was borrowing £250,000. I've never earned commission like that.
But doesn't that then make you think why they have this pressure that
Absolutely.
potentially, and I'm not saying they do because I've not experienced that myself, but if they're earning, nice lumps of sums of commission like that, you can understand why they're encouraging people to use their own finance.
Yeah.
And then when people potentially say, well, actually, I want to go and have a conversation with a contact, sometimes that they're made uncomfortable, aren't they? And the car
definitely.
will sell to someone else then.
Well, these guys didn't know what I did for a living. So I certainly did not get the treatment I deserved by my car.
So they thought you were just a normal customer.
person, but I didn't take their finance.
You were like a secret shopper, weren't you?
I was. And I knew what I was doing because I knew I wasn't going to take their finance, but I wanted to see for myself what my customers go through.
Yeah.
And, hopefully people will learn, I will learn more, because from what I knew is people get so excited, which we did. God, if my Kev went in there on his own, he would have signed every bit of paper going. But even with the commission, you're not allowed to make the commission by putting the interest rate up. It was just, that's their interest rates.
Right.
But they obviously get a big kickback off of it. I only get a percentage, which is set because I want a lower rate for my customers. They could do the same.
Yeah.
They clearly don't.
Yeah.
They're putting the interest rates up so that they do get that extortionate commission amount,
Wow.
which personally I think shouldn't be allowed.
Well, no, because actually logic says that they'll get more customers and more sales
Absolutely.
if they were to reduce
put it down.
But maybe they don't think like that. Maybe
No.
they think, well, it's better to have one lump sum of commission and less clients. I don't know.
But it does make you wonder how much that salesman's getting out of that money.
Yeah.
Because
I bet.
obviously the majority of it will probably go to the dealer itself anyway. But I was livid.
We
Don't get
we bought a new fleet car probably a year or so ago, a Skoda, and we got chatting to the guy at the Skoda garage up in Nottinghamshire, so it wasn't anywhere near here. And he was telling us that for all the work that he'd put into that, he got £50. So he'd gone and taken a photo, he'd taken videos and sent it to us, he spent that time with us when we were sat there. So it's interesting, isn't it, that the different dealers, conversely, I can tell you a very different story from a BMW dealership versus a Skoda, but it's obviously not standardised at all then across the industry, is it?
But
and
I guess
I'd rather leave that rate down. So you guys get better
absolutely.
rates.
And you'll
so
come back.
You're gonna come back.
And that's
You're gonna
exactly the point.
recommend,
You wouldn't have any hesitation in going back to that dealer.
And to that particular, not even just that brand of car, but that particular dealership and that particular salesman. Whereas the BMW one, I would advise people just to run a mile. So
you've got some
it's,
challenges,
I think
haven't
you're
you?
right. They're just viewing it as a one sale, take that massive commission, move on to the next one.
They don't care if you want to come back or
It's
not.
quite ruthless, isn't it? Doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth.
It's upsetting.
I guess so. And you hope that isn't what people think of you, which I'm sure they don't, because you've got a good reputation locally and a lot of people use you. But it's a shame that the industry hasn't got a positive reputation.
Yeah, and everyone knows what I'll earn because I'll show them on the commission thing. And you have to confirm it. With certain finance companies that I use, they call you to do a security call to make sure, that I've done everything that I've needed to do. And they'll say, have you signed the commission declaration? And, some people don't even quiver. But I could earn, one of them, I got £189 and someone couldn't believe it. They were like, for all the work you've done, you get £189. Do you know what? It's fine because I know you're going to come back to me,
And you're going to
hopefully,
tell people.
and you're going to tell
You're
people
seeing the
about
bigger
me.
picture, aren't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so as a business then, what I guess what would stop me now setting up the same business that you've got? What qualifications and what certifications and everything have you had to do to be in your position?
It's certainly got harder to be where I am today, especially with the FCA. So we have a licence. So we have the ICO licence and the FCA. The FCA are really strict. You've got so many things, to fill in and complete every 3 months. You've got forms and, it's hard. And it costs a lot of money as well. So a lot of the everyday dealers, the little ones, tend not to have FCA licence.
Oh, really?
But the FCA is just regulating how
so it's not compulsory then?
No, you can have one, but not all the lenders deal with you if you've not got one. So a dealer in Aylesbury I particularly know and I like, I can't deal with him because I can't put him to my finance companies because they say you have to have an FCA licence. But he can go and do deals with other people, other brokers that perhaps
I didn't realise that.
Pick it up as well. But the FCA is for the finance side of it. It's not for you to sell a car.
Yeah.
You can sell a car whatever you want to do.
Right.
It's the finance. So
Okay.
the FCA regulate us, like with the commission clawbacks and stuff like that went on. So we've just got to do everything that we've got to do correct. And it's not easy and it's expensive. At one point, I was going to change my licence. I can't remember if I told you, but a guy quoted me to do my FCA licence for me, which I've obviously done on my own, 47 grand.
How much?
He wanted 47,000. I'll never forget it because my dad had passed away and I went up to Scotland and I took this call from this guy and I said to him, well, how much is it going to cost for you to get me my licence? Because I've got a full licence. And he said £47,000. I was like, I've done most of it myself anyway. So I ended up doing it myself anyway.
And was he taking the mickey or was that the norm?
No, he said that was the norm at the time. I mean, we are talking, when did I want to do that? Probably about
3 years ago.
Probably 4 years ago.
3 years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
So how crazy is that?
That's
So there are
mad.
people out there that will do the licences for you.
Sure there are.
But they're lumps of money you've got to pay.
Is that something you could do?
I don't know. I think, do you know what? It's so time consuming.
Is it?
Yeah, even filling in the forms every 3 months. You know what I'm like with time? Maybe that could be my next goal at one point. Let me do your FCAs for you.
Especially now you're getting your accountancy qualifications and,
Don't know about that.
Oh, no, you are, though. You are. It's kind of, you can expand it a little bit if you chose to,
Yeah.
couldn't you? But
Trace
and not a
finance.
47 grand a pop, or maybe you would want to charge that, I don't know.
And I know somebody who used you in the last 6 months to finance some business vehicles. So how does that differ? Does that differ at all in terms of, or is that exactly the same process if you wanted to finance a business vehicle versus a personal vehicle?
Yeah, it's near enough exactly the same.
Okay.
The only thing is we don't finance the VAT, so you are going to have to come up with the VAT if it's VAT qualifying. There's vehicles out there that don't have VAT, so depending on where you're buying it from. So exactly the same. Same deals, same options and whatever else. Obviously the vans are slightly, you can't have them, they're 10 years old at the end of the term, so rather than 15 for the car.
And how does the VAT look like on that? Is that...
Yeah, so depending on what you buy, so basically if you've got 20,000 plus VAT, put the 20 grand, put the VAT as the deposit. But sometimes we ask for 10% in the deposit because not all finance companies finance the top amount. Right. You should be putting down a deposit and it helps yourself. Because think about it. So if I bought a car for 20,000 and didn't put any deposit down, and they do offer them, and this is the dealers, they don't want you to put deposits down. They want you to borrow more money because they're going to get more commission.
Of course.
But if you don't put any deposit down, your interest is automatically on there from day one.
Right.
So say you're paying 5 grand in interest. So your car now, to me, is worth 25 grand. You owe me 25 grand. God forbid something happens 2 months down the line, you're going to have a shortfall. So, because you can only insure that car for 20 grand. So you've got to think of worst case scenarios. I always like to tell people to put a deposit. I think it helps.
And you say sort of 10% deposit, is that kind of what you like?
10, 20.
Yeah, as much as you can. Yeah,
as much as you can. Keep the payments down as well.
Yeah.
If you've got it, then put it down. Because it's not making no money elsewhere.
No.
And you're not going to be paying interest.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to save yourself money overall.
And with the PCP, when you go to hand the car back, how have you found in your experience that the dealers are? Are they quibbling over every little thing? Are they, how... I just think there's like horror stories of you go to hand the car back and they're like, oh my God, no, there's this mark and this mark and this mark, and actually you owe us shit ton of money.
Yeah, I haven't done one for a long, long time because a lot of people, because they've put a deposit down, actually they're better off getting out of the car, either part exchanging it, and they've got some equity in it. So it's very rare that you want to give the car back anyway. If you do, horror stories years ago used to be, any marks, that will cost you £500. Mileage. Mileage is the biggest thing that people get. So from day one, if you are going to have PCP, find out how much the mileage additional amounts are, because you don't know. We used to say 10,000 was an average mileage. I don't know about you guys, but before you know it, you've done 10,000. 6 to 9 months. So you've still got more. And I think the mileage is where people get really slaughtered.
Yeah, because
it
that's
could be
where they
another
make extra
1,000.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000 to whatever, because it's worth less.
Yeah,
Because
of
it's got
course.
higher mileage.
That's really good
course.
advice. Looking into that, absolutely. So, have you
Hopefully
got a
it's helped.
preferred? Have you got if you got a preferred method of purchasing a car then?
Do you know what? I always say to people, go out, look at bank loans as well. With a bank loan, if you're borrowing 20 grand on a car and you want to borrow from the banks are offering lower rates because the interest rate, unfortunately, has gone up. We all know that because of everything that's going on. Bank loans are good for little ones. I think, a minimum loan that I would say I'd probably look at is between 3 and 4 grand, because you just get a 0% credit card and pay no interest. You know what I mean? Why, you can get a credit card of 0% for 2 or 3 years. Use that for a 2 grand car. So really sort of 3-4 grand onwards. But yeah, bank loans are good. But if you want a bank loan for a future thing, then I would say don't use it up on a car.
Yeah.
Use car finance. Keep car finance to car finance. Not because you never know what's down the road.
Yeah.
Because if you use that bank loan up, you're not going to be able to try and get another one
Yeah.
for something that comes up you don't know about or need for the house or whatever.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Right. Let's ask you some questions then.
Ooh,
So,
exciting.
how would you describe your best achievement since running your business?
I would probably say the fact I'm here after 11 years.
Yeah.
That's really, When I started, I thought, oh my goodness, Tony and Roger were my rock, very much my mentors. And not having them was very scary.
Okay.
But still being here. After 11 years, still talking to the same customers. I had a call just before we come in here, and it's a guy I've known, for 30 years since being at Orleys. The fact they're coming back to me, and I'm really, when I help someone that I know has really struggled or anything like that, I can think automatically of a couple of people that I've helped out, and thank God I have trusted them because they have paid. I really like that, to know that I've helped people
that's nice.
that wouldn't have been able to get help if it weren't for me. So that's really nice. I like that.
Oh, excellent. What advice would you give to someone starting out in your industry?
Don't do it.
Excellent.
That was my first instinct. Don't do it. It's too hard now. Years ago, the amount of people that say to me years ago, Les, I've got a car, can I do it? Yeah, no problem. Didn't even want to know registration number and a mileage, just do it. Now, oh my goodness, everything is so hard.
Yeah.
But joking aside, I would say be honest. Keep everything confidential, because I think that's really important in car finance, because not everybody wants you to know that they've got their car on finance.
Yeah.
I find that quite funny, really.
yeah.
I don't mind saying my car's on finance.
Yeah.
But some people don't. And just be happy and smile all the time.
Which is exactly what you are. Brilliant.
I try, even when I'm tired.
Oh.
And if you could run another business, what would it be?
I think, as you mentioned before, I would run an accountancy firm. I think I just love accounts, everything to do with accounts. But at 57, my brain just doesn't work the same. But I love bookkeeping. I love...
Hold on, can I just say that you said 56 earlier in the podcast?
Yeah, well, I'm nearly 57.
Oh,
so,
all right.
okay. It's July. I'm nearly there.
I'm listening.
Yeah, true, actually. Yeah, I'm very proud of you. But I love reconciling. If there's anything I love doing, sit me in a corner,
Oh, God, I couldn't think of anything
reconcile.
worse.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm with you on that.
Yes, I just love it. Well, you like spreadsheets. I can get spreadsheets. But if I didn't have to earn money, I would really love to go into schools and teach young adults about life skills and money.
Oh, wow.
But obviously I can't do that because number one, I'm so bloody busy, and I need to obviously pay my bills.
You got a car to pay for.
Yeah, I got a car to pay for now. So if I had enough money, that is 100% something I would absolutely love
nice.
to do.
Wow.
Yeah, love it.
Right.
I'd love to just sit there and let people ask me questions or tell them all about it.
I think you'd be brilliant in that setting as well because you're so personable. I think students would just adore you. I think it'd be brilliant. I
Maybe
hope you can
I
fit it in,
need
maybe
to
in
do
the
it.
future.
Yeah,
the
you
future
never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make Kev go and just do, 7 days a week so that I can give up some of my time
There might
to
be,
do it.
you never know. You could look into grants. There might be some grants and things that would allow you to do it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
Bucks
I know.
Council have offering.
That's one of my dreams.
Who
I
knows?
love it.
Right, so
Yeah.
quick fire questions now. Karma, you can
God,
go
they're
first.
scary.
Oh, love this one. Dream car.
Oh my goodness. Do you know what? I've always said that my Merc that I had, my little SLK, was my car. Biggest mistake I made selling that.
Oh,
I loved it. Yeah, so maybe I need another one of them. Maybe I'll look it around.
To drive you into schools and colleges.
Yeah, with my roof down. I am
Yeah.
the biggest poser. Anyone that knows me, I'm the biggest poser. I put my sunglasses on, put my roof down, not in this weather, and I drive. But yeah, that was my favourite car. I really regret giving that up.
It was a nice car. Shoes or handbags?
Oh my God, can I not have both?
No.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard. I took 8 pairs of shoes with me for a week's cruise. That's crazy, isn't it?
How many handbags did you take then?
3.
Oh, I think that answers that then, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe shoes. But they're so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. I can't believe how many shoes I've got.
Sounds like you need more. Comfortable ones.
Yeah, probably comfortable
Yeah.
ones. But yeah,
There we go. There's an
Yeah.
opportunity out there to design a comfortable pair of nice
looking.
shoes, nice
Yeah.
looking shoes
That you can buy on finance.
that you can buy. Yeah. Pretend
you
they're
probably need to.
Brilliant. Okay, so if chicken wine, which is totally associated with you, if chicken wine was unavailable, what's your next go-to drink?
I think I do like my cocktails, but I do like champagne. But champagne's quite expensive, so I can't afford champagne all the time. So probably next step is rosé prosecco.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I like a bit of that.
brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for being our guest. It's been fantastic.
It's so exciting. Thank you.
No, thank
I've
you.
learned loads, so thank you.
Yeah, I have as well, actually.
Really
That-
informative.
That's really good. That's really amazing that we've learned so much from you.
Yeah.
But what does that say? It just proves that you needed to be our guest.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so
100%.
much. I
Thank you.
can't wait for your turns.
Thank you.
Well, yeah.
Thank you. But seriously, there was a lot of value in that conversation. And, you know, if we've learned
thank
something,
you.
I'm sure our listeners have. So brilliant. Well done.
Oh,
Thank you.
I hope so. Thank you so much.
Right. Oh, just one last thing, actually. Sorry. If anybody wants to find out more about Tracer Finance,
Yeah.
not Tracy Finance, where can they find you?
So on website, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm not quite sure about Instagram. I'm like still humming and on about Instagram, aren't I? But I'll talk to my amazing marketing person, which is you, and see. But yeah, no, website really.
Yeah,
So
brilliant.
it tells you everything and it gives you an idea of calculators on there.
That calculator's
Can I
great.
just say what a brilliant website it is as well?
It's amazing.
It
Thank you.
is really inspiring.
It's really good.
We're revamping ours and I've suggested to our marketing person to have a look at your website for kind of the flow and how usable. The user interface is just brilliant. It's a really lovely website and you look so friendly and personable on it.
Yeah.
It's exactly like you. So it's a really good representation of
thanks.
you. It's brilliant.
It is very
Thank
good.
you. She was amazing. I loved her.
Brilliant.
I missed talking to her actually because we went through a lot together.
I'm sure she'd enjoy a chat
Yeah.
every now and then. Okay, so let's move on to our standard questions, which obviously Lesley would like you to join in because you do normally. So what's one win for us in the last 2 weeks? It can be business or it can be personal. Karma?
Yeah, so for me, business win is fewer things are on fire this fortnight, or at least fewer things are on fire at the same time. So long may this continue because it's been nice to get a little headspace back. We've also been interviewing for a new role and we've had some really genuinely lovely candidates.
That's nice.
And it's just reminded me how much attitude and personality matter alongside the
Yeah.
skill. So
Yeah.
it's been a lovely couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Still
that's
to make a
nice.
decision, but yeah, it's lovely. Lovely interviews are just great.
Attitude's so important, isn't it? I remember when I
Yeah.
used to do lots of interviewing and you can tell, you can tell, you know, they say, don't they, something like not even a minute of someone sitting down in front of you. You can tell whether or not they're going to be a team player, they're going to be great for your
Yep.
business, the culture, the personality. And actually a lot of some of the job you can teach, but you can't change people's personality.
No,
and if that's not right, that's not right, is it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, mine's a business one. Well, a couple of business ones, actually. So I've just been working with a couple of clients, helping them sort of realign their strategies in terms of what they're looking for. And it's been really good. It's been really nice. I've had some great feedback, and I'm really enjoying working with them, actually. And in fact, today I did a LinkedIn post about it because it's part of what I don't necessarily always do for clients. And I've really enjoyed more of the consultancy stuff. So two of the clients that I'm working with, I've really enjoyed doing that this month. And I've had some great feedback as well. So that's really good. Yeah, so I enjoyed that.
Nice. Well done, you.
What about you, Lesley?
Well, obviously, I've been away. But on a personal level, I actually made, on the cruise, my own cocktail. So it was the 30th birthday of Morella Cruises, and they auctioned 30 things that you wouldn't be able to get normally. And I made my own cocktail. So it's called Trace the Sunset. So I will be sharing some pictures of that.
You're going to remake it, obviously, at home.
Obviously, I've got to when it's summer barbecues and everything else, because it was absolutely delicious. And then also on a personal level, I think we've got some new listeners. So shout out to Jane, Debbie and Alison, who were just the nicest three ladies that I've ever met on a cruise ship.
Aww.
And they were just genuinely friendly, and I just clicked with them. It was really weird. And I told them all about you, so hopefully they're listening, and I can say hi on a
You
personal
sounded
level.
like a proper podcaster.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Shout out.
I love that. I don't think we've ever done that in a whole year. A little shout out to. Brilliant, love that.
So I better get some business now on this.
What about recommendations? I'm going to go first here, because I thought today we use this place all the time, and we never recommend Rococo Lounge.
Oh, yes.
We love it, don't we? We go there.
Yeah, we do.
Are you going to do it?
No.
Oh, we go there.
I thought you were going to say Bugs Radio.
So I thought you were going to say.
No, not Bugs Radio. Bugs Radio, they get enough PR from us. We go there every time before we come onto our podcast with our guests or without our guests. And do you know what? It's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's really
it
good.
is,
It's a
yeah.
nice,
So friendly.
Yeah, nice atmosphere. And I really like it there. So I thought we need to give them a shout out.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And they take doggies in there.
Yeah, they
You can
do.
take
Yeah.
doggies
Let's
in
find
there.
one next time then.
Yeah.
Bring your
I could bring
Bentley.
Bentley.
What about you, Connor?
Yeah, so mine is an app again. So one thing that we've started using as a sort of a team recently is granola.
Oh, don't you
Granola,
put that
but
in your
not as a
breakfast
breakfast
bowl?
cereal. Yeah, it's an AI note-taking app, and honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. So if you spend half your life in meetings, it works on desktop and on your phone. It works across platforms like Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet. So basically, it takes notes for you, so you can stay present in the meeting that you're in and listen and not be worrying about scribbling notes and then trying to decipher what your scribbled notes are afterwards. So yeah, it kind of gives you that time and headspace back again, and just allows you to stay fully present. So we've done it for the interviews, we've done it for some of the team meetings. It's literally, if you've got it on your phone, just put it on the table. Obviously ask first if whoever you're interviewing or having a meeting with minds if you record it, so you can just stay present, and just delete it once you've finished, and it will summarise it for you. It'll give you key takeaways that you might have missed. You can ask whatever you want of it, but it will ask what the undertone was, anything you might have missed, anything you need to flag. So yeah, it's really good. That and Whisper.
I was going to say, I use Fathom. I use Fathom for exactly.
Do you?
It'd be interesting to see what the difference is then, because exactly the same reason. Just invite Fathom as a guest to the meeting.
Brilliant.
And then it just does everything. And you're right. You're not distracted by listening and writing. You're just totally in the meeting because you get.
so
It's
It's so
amazing.
hard to do that, isn't it? Especially when you are interviewing, because if you are scribbling
interviewing,
notes and then there's normally two of us interviewing, but then the conversation has moved on and you're still scribbling your notes down, or I don't know. I just feel like I'm definitely more present as
That's
a result.
a really good
of that.
idea for interviewing. It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
I don't know. I'd probably
Fathom's
look that
free,
up. Is
actually.
it?
Oh, is it?
But
I
so
think
people
granola is. Maybe it's not. There's probably tiers within it if you're going to be using it for hours at a time. Like Whisper's got tiers in it, but yeah, it's well worth it.
I think I'm going to look at granola because it just rings better, doesn't it? I'm using granola.
I did automatically think
I
of
like
some breakfast.
Yeah.
But hey ho.
I'm using Weetabix.
What about you, Lesley?
I other than going on my cruise, I haven't really done much. So I'm still paying Boggle on Sky. So we play that every time the kids come round. Can we have a minute for Boggle? And we end up staying for another hour. So, but yeah, still recommend that.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Excellent. Thanks, everyone. It's a wrap. 30.
33
Episode
0,
30.
which is really fitting because your cruise was 30
it was.
years celebration. So
Wow.
yeah, 30.
Fantastic.
Wow.
So if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help us with our reach and gets out to more people. So thanks very much for doing that if you've done that already. And of course, thanks to Bucks Radio. We always recommend Bucks Radio anyway. Backtracking slightly. But thanks for their support and thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Lovely.
Thank you. Bye.
The Hustle and Giggle podcast.